Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm trying to get over here and get my earbuds in here. Episode of Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits. If you
Okay.
don't know who we are, you should know. Oh, can you hear me? Okay, if you don't know who we are, you should know by now. Ladies are the black coffee. Our lips drip with honey, and sometimes we got grits, but we always got sass class and all that ass. And we are excited to be here for you. It is a national holiday. It is my birthday today. I understand that it is also Beyonce's birthday today, but it is mine. And so on this very special day, this day is more important to me than Mother's Day.
Mm.
Honestly, like I could Mother's Day, I could take it or leave it because I don't define myself. That's the whole topic we should have. I don't define myself as a mom, but my birthday, oh yeah, we're yes. As long as I celebrate, and I just need acknowledgement. Like I don't need like a whole lot, but just acknowledge my presence.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's
Well,
all.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I'm the only one singing.
Oh, no, I'm not singing. No. I'll talk about my sex life, but I'm not singing. Nobody wants to hear that.
Yes, ma'am. Tell the people how old are you? Are you gonna say like what?
Oh no, yeah, I'm 51. Well, and so here's my caveat. My body has seen the Earth go around the sun 51 times.
Yes.
Am I 51? No,
No.
I know I
Maybe
am
27.
perpetually like, yeah,
Oh,
anywhere between 27 and 33 is really where it just stops for
okay.
me. So that's just it. And I think I said in my stories, if I don't get any sleep, I'll claim 42. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't. You know what's funny? And we're gonna get into this topic, but when I remember watching the Golden Girls,
Yes.
and I'm sure y'all can guess which one was my favorite, even as a child.
Shoot,
Not Fran. Wait, what's her name? Not Fran.
the sassy
The
one.
sassy one. What was her name?
Blanche.
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 Blanche. She was my favorite.
Of
Oh my
course.
gosh, my favorite was the
B. Arthur.
No, I don't know. My favorite was the older one with the curly hair.
Sophia, the mother.
Yes,
Sophia.
Oh,
hilarious. I loved her. Anyway,
She was funny. She was
okay.
funny.
Yeah, Blanche was my favorite character because even I tell you, even watch when I was what were we were 12, 13? I don't even remember. But I just remember thinking, man, Blanche is getting it in.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
she's got all these boyfriends and stuff when she's older. She's just like, ooh. And I remember thinking, I want to be like that when I'm in my 50s.
Yeah, how about
And
it?
and so here we are,
Oh
but
my
it's like that's so
God.
weird because I'm like, that's not 50 to me.
W-
Right? That's not 51, 52.
It's so not. It's so interesting how they were portrayed back then and how we feel like right now. Like that.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, very different.
But even when I was younger and I would look at someone 50, I'd be like, "Oh, that's old." But now that I'm
Yeah,
over 50, I'm like, "That's not old at all." What do you mean? Like what? I don't feel
no.
like that at all. So
I know. I know. It's
I
amazing
will,
how that works.
yeah, I will still shop at Forever 21. So just letting y'all know that right now. So look, and I'm almost like, there's no clothing I feel like I'm too old for. It's more like the style.
right.
The style sucks, right? All
Mhm.
right. So anyway, welcome y'all. So we're gonna get into this topic today, and it is about jealous lovers and friends. Have you encountered jealous lovers and friends, and what did you do about it? And welcome. Say hello in the chat, in the comments. But I thought this would, well, first of all, I didn't have a topic today. Okay, my brain was fried. So thank you, Dr. Janicia came in with pinch hit. And I thought this would be, I kind of thought it would be a fun topic to talk about, even though it doesn't sound like it, because I have some interesting stories when it comes to that. All right, Carmel, come on back. I don't know where she went, but come
I
on back, Carmel.
know. Yeah,
She'll
yeah,
pop back
as a
on, I'm
comeback
sure.
in, yeah.
Computer's doing the thing. So, all right, I've got too many stories, but let's start with you, Dr. Jim.
Yeah,
Have you
so
encountered jealous lovers or friends, and how did you handle that?
I have had both actually. Jealous lover. That was a rough one though. Just having somebody who was jealous of um gosh, so many different things. Jealous of my relationship with other people, jealous of my relationship with my kids. Just,
Mm.
yeah, I know. And how did I handle it? Well, this is going to be quick for me because I just cut them off. I mean, I just cut them off because honestly, when you know you have somebody jealous in your life and they present that way, it's a dangerous
Mhm.
thing to me. To me, it's a dangerous thing.
Mm.
I feel like I don't want that in my life, my spirit, my space, none of that, because I don't know where a jealous person is coming from. Sometimes, okay, well, is it a light jealousy? Is it something where they just admire you? I don't know. Jealous is a negative thing to me.
Yeah.
It holds a negative energy, and so because of that, I'm like, I'm cutting you off right here.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
the walls go up, protection goes, and it's like, no, I'm done. No,
Mm. Now, have you ever been a jealous lover or friend?
I don't think I don't really hold jealousy like that. I mean, no, I don't. Jealous of what though? That's what I'm saying. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I want to say that I haven't. Let me sit here and think. Maybe when I was younger, young, but not,
Mhm.
especially not lover.
Yeah. She said something. Jealous of a lot. No. But like other women, so like you're with a dude and other women are ever like jealousy that way.
Okay. Yes, I have. I had. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me tell. Yeah, here's one. Now that you said it like that, I had my guy, and one of the ladies came over. One of the ladies came over to talk to us, and to me, she was so gorgeous, and he was so like he was dialed in, and I was like, oh my gosh. I felt really insecure and jealous then. She was so beautiful, like coal black, beautiful, dark skin, so flawless. And she just had this beautiful curly hair. She was just everything to me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And he was all like, every word she said, he was like, so
Mm.
now that you bring that
That's
back,
hard.
that happened. Yeah, but she wasn't a friend. She was just someone talking to us. It wasn't like she was one of my friends, but
Mm.
that happened, like what I'm just telling you. And I was like, oh, she's got it all together. Oh my gosh. Her from head to toe, she was just gorgeous. And I was
Mhm.
like, dang. And he was just like
Mm.
enthralled with her.
I
Mm.
I had that experience where I was jealous of another woman, where I was starting to see this guy. And in the beginning of a relationship, sometimes this insecurities run high anyway. You're kind of like, oh, does he really like me like I like him or whatever? And we worked together, and he and his mother worked at the same spot. It was a personal training studio. And he spoke about how his ex was really good friends with his mother. And one day his ex stopped by, and she was gorgeous. She was like magazine cover, gorgeous. And I felt so like, I'm like, oh, what is he doing with me? Like, never mind that I'm cute too, but
Right.
I thought I was cute, and she was, like you said, she had it all together. The looks was on point, and she had it in with the mom,
Mhm.
and that was an ex, and I was just like, oh. But he never had anything nice to say about her. So there was that, but at the same time, I don't know if she's coming
Mhm.
around to see mom. I don't know what else is lingering between the two. So yeah, I remember feeling that. That was heavy. It was hard for me.
Oh man, that brings me to another question. Wait, let me write it down real quick, so I don't forget about it, because I want to come back to that. So when I was younger, I was for sure I was a jealous. Uh, no, it's interesting. One boyfriend I wasn't so much when I was a teenager. Then the next boyfriend that I had, not the next one, like the next real one after that that I had, I was jealous. Like I needed to possess that dude. So, and it's funny because, like, I'll say, was I in love with him? I think, I think so, but really it was just very codependent. It was, when I look back the way we were, I mean, it was normal, like teenage stuff, early 90s, it was what it was. But it was like, no, that wasn't really healthy. I didn't like him to leave me anywhere. I didn't like him to go out with his friends. I didn't like when other girls were talking to him. I was so insecure. And so I broke up with him. Interestingly enough, my ex-husband was exactly like how I was in that relationship to the nth degree. Right, to the nth degree. And so my ex-husband was jealous of me and things that I had experienced. And he did not like that I had gone to private school. He did not like the jobs that I was able to get. He none of it. And he would remind me often of how jealous he was of me. And he was jealous of anyone around me. Family, friends, everybody. So the little girl that I was with the one boyfriend that was just like being dumb and stupid. But I ended up marrying someone that was like, took that to a whole nother new level where I was like, oh. I mean, I wasn't this bad before, but this is craziness. So it is not at this stage, because people think jealousy is cute. Like it means like you want me. When you're younger, it's like when you're jealous.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, ooh, I got you. I got under your skin. It's like, no, I don't know. I don't want none of that. If I sniff that you're jealous, you're out the door. I'm out the door. Raiders Steelers fan, hey, welcome. We love having you here. What I realize in life is that it's always better. It's always going to be someone that's better than me in certain industries, areas in life. Everyone can't be Michael Jordan in terms of achievement, status, etc. That is absolutely true. Now, question Carmel made me think of, so I don't want to forget it. Exes and families. How do y'all feel about that? You dating somebody new, but the ex is real close with the family. I mean, at our age.
That happens. It happens. And it is hard. And there's really not a whole lot you can do about it except accept it. Now, see, you're bringing up some stuff in me. Okay, so, because I didn't remember. And then the way you describe both of your situations helped me. So when I first got married, my his ex-wife was really close with the mom and really close with the sister and the family. And they still had pictures up. Even though we were married, they didn't have none of our pictures up. They had pictures of them up. And when I went to his mom's house, I was like, oh, this is some bull crap right here. Oh no. I went plumb off. That set me off. I left. I got my stuff. I left. I went to the truck. I was like,
I don't know if I blame you.
I was like, well, we're leaving. I don't know. They don't have no pictures of my kids up. They ain't got no pictures of me up. They ain't got they got pictures of y'all up. Oh no, that's not happening.
Good for you.
I was like, I was ready to fight. That was the first time my ex saw me like, well, no, maybe not. But anyway, I was like, oh, that was awful. I was like, oh no, you're not gonna disrespect me like that. No, ma'am, and no, sir. And he was like, what? What's going on? What's wrong? Oh no, they didn't mean nothing by it. I'm like, you need to get your stuff because we about to go. So, but now, like, I absolutely love his mom. I love his mom. So I'm now the ex, and they treat me like they treated the other. So
maybe they like the exes.
No, but we're all in there together. Like they like her, they like me. We're all together. We like each other, and it's like I'm just growner now. But back then,
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
But,
hell no.
but it's one thing to like everybody, but the
Mhm.
pictures, that's a little bit
Girl,
much.
that set me off. That
Now,
That
see,
was
how do you?
that was
Yeah, how do you handle that? Because again,
I
at like
just
a step
did.
of,
I did. I
oh,
said, I'm leaving. If y'all better get some damn pictures up here of my kids, of me, of you, I'm out of here. And take those pictures down, put them in the closet, do whatever you want. But I'm at her house, right? I'm at my mother-in-law's house telling her what to do. And I'm like, I was,
yeah.
I thought I was completely right in what I was saying. So I said it and I was like, I'm leaving.
looking back, do you still think that you were right in the way you handled it?
Yep, I sure do.
I,
I sure do. And I would handle it the same way. I would.
yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not telling y'all to do that. I'm not. I'm telling you what I did and what worked for me. Because let me tell you something, that felt so crazy to me. And I
Yeah.
already knew they didn't like me. They thought I was like highfalutin. I had all these dreams and goals and aspirations, and I was just going to be on top of the world one day and whatever. And they were just like, she thinks she, no California girl,
Mm.
man,
Mhm.
but now we love each other. So, but no, get some pictures, do something. These are your grandbabies. Like what?
I dated this guy, go to his house for dinner, and his wife had passed away. And I knew that, of cancer. He had pictures. I didn't know how to feel about that. I didn't feel jealous. I didn't. It just felt very bizarre. That was the first time I dated somebody who actually hadn't, who didn't break up with anybody. Like they passed away. It was a bizarre feeling. It was interesting. I felt like almost like he was accepting me to see this part of him, but it was still a weird feeling. I got to tell you, but there was no jealousy there. Your story just reminded me of that. I was just like, oh my God.
Can I tell you really quickly? I know we're going to transition, but my mom and my dad broke up. They weren't together, but my mom married someone else. And we didn't go to my mom's house a lot. She just didn't like to be around us, right? We would have to track her down in order to see her, right? So one day, me and my sister decide we're going to show up at her place. And we show up, we cover the peephole. She doesn't know it's us because otherwise she'd act like she wasn't home. So we get in and I go in my mom's house. She's married to this dude, been married to the dude, and has a picture of my dad on the nightstand on the side that she sleeps on. Not a 5x7, but an 11x13.
Oh, wow.
I was like, what? I called my sister. I was like, sis. I was like, you got to see this. And we just laughed and laughed. But anyway.
I feel like I would have loved to have had conversations with your mom, and I would have been like, give me with a notebook, pen, like, put me on game.
Yeah.
Maurice Hay said, mothers of sons have their favorites. I was in a similar situation with an old girlfriend, and I had to intervene and have mom take the pictures down. And he said, if he doesn't do the same before you even get to the house, he will never truly have your back in the relationship.
That part. And Maurice, you are right. He never really did. I had my own back though. Because let me tell you something. The pictures came down. And listen, and I did not hold my tongue. Back then I was a lot more like spicy. I was like, whatever got on my mind or got on my nerves. And I felt like I had to fight for myself at the time. And I felt like I had to fight for myself in that situation around the family. And the family is a very strong, close-knit type. He was, a lot was going on there. And I was like, I had to fight for myself. It's like, y'all not gonna, no, like what? No, y'all are not gonna be disrespecting me. That's not happening. So
I'm listening to y'all and I'm trying to think. I mean, I've not really had those types of situations. I remember there was a photo of my ex-boyfriend still up. Like he had taken some photos and given my mom once. It was an 8x10. And she had it in her room, and it was the one photo she had of him. But before I was married, or my ex-husband would come by or whatever in my mom's house, and he would see it there. Like it would irk him and get on his nerves. And I didn't understand why. I was like, look, my mom likes him. That's the photo. I said, if you want her to have a photo, you can take a photo and have her put it up. That was like that was my answer to it. But clearly, I wasn't really that invested in that relationship. Again, same ex-husband though that made me get rid of all the pictures of any dude that I was with that I had. That so I don't have any photos of me with anybody because he said there's no reason for you to have any photos of anyone that you've been with because you're with me now. So I was like, all right, yeah. So now, like, I'm thinking. I mean, first of all, so I saw this. I did see a reel about Virgos, and the dude was spot on with just about everything, at least for me. And one of the things that they were like is like, he was like, "Hi, I'm a Virgo." He's like, "You're always basically we're always interviewing you in a relationship. It could be one day, it could be 20 years. Like we could take you, we could leave you, kind of thing." And that's a little bit true. So if I'm trying to think if I'm dating a dude now. And well, I mean, if his parents are still alive and they've got pictures, I don't really care. I don't care about what his parents are doing at this stage in life. You don't got to like me. You're not in the bed with me. He is. What I do care about is who the dude has up in his house. Like that's, and now if he's got kids and he's got photos of the kids and their mom and them,
that's different.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be anything like that. There will be no photos of his ex-wife by the bedstand. Like we're not.
That's just rude right there. I was like,
we're not
right here off the chain.
That's not my disrespectful. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're not doing that. But I wouldn't be at this stage in life. I wouldn't be probably wouldn't bother me if other folks have photos of how you treat me is what's most important. But I don't think I would be jealous at that point of photos. He just can't have photos of I don't need to be in your house, walk in your house and see your past just sitting out there because I'm you're not gonna see that in my house either. You know what I'm saying? So Carmel, you brought up the fact that because we talked about lovers but friends, and you said that you had a friend that was jealous of you.
Yeah. So I met friend. Okay, so I know a friend for a long time, and then she introduced me to a friend of hers. And at some point, there was some kind of a clash in their relationship. And I believe that the clash in their relationship was just really based on personality. They just did not mesh. I don't think anybody disrespected the other. But I still stayed in contact with the new friend that she introduced me to. And we weren't exactly close. It was more kind of like, hey, we like the same things. Oh, you're doing this? Let me come support. And she had a really big problem with that. And I didn't know how to handle it. I was just like, wait, and I just didn't know how to handle it. And I was like, you do understand that this takes nothing away from us. She was like, but you were my friend first. And I'm like, wait, what? And then I tried to understand a little bit more deeply what went on between them. And to me, it just seemed like my friend just had some insecurities. Again, maybe she didn't tell me the whole story, but that one I just treaded lightly because I do value my friendships, all of them. So I treaded them both lightly, and I did not give up one for the other. I just kind of said, let me just be careful here and not hurt anybody's feelings. So yeah, that part was interesting. I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the last time I encountered that, I think was probably high school, and I had two friends, and it was a weird dynamic. First of all, we're away at school, right? So we're it's very facts of life, but it's co-ed, and there are obviously not a lot of Black students, right? And so we're all in the same scholarship program, but there was this thing where we always had to go to breakfast together and lunch. and dinner. And I'm sure people go through the same thing in college. I don't know, but like we always had to be doing stuff together. And y'all know me. That feels like marriage. And so I remember they would like if two of us went and left the other, there was a huge problem, right? Like we left someone behind, even if we're supposed to wait for everybody to get ready. I had the nerve to go with another friend one time, and the jealousy, yeah, it was like you went with her. I was like, yeah. So it's a weird dynamic, like you said, to be in that, and then one of them ended up not wanting to speak to the other, so then two of us were friends, and then that ended up switching, so then the other two of us hung out and the other one was on the outskirts, and now due to a whole set of circumstances, they're the closest of friends, and I am the one that they don't talk to at all. But I wish them well. I do. But yeah, jealousy with friends, I don't know what's worse, jealousy with friends or jealousy with lovers. But either way, at this big age,
I think
go ahead.
I was thinking, I'm pondering what you're saying, and I think maybe jealousy with friends, because there's a certain dynamic to friendship that you can treasure, you can hold dear. The friends are the ones who are there when the lover thing doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
So when you lose that, I think there's kind of like, there's, I don't know, I value friendships a lot, maybe more than I need to, but yeah, it's just weird. It's just extra.
It is
weird, for lack of a better word.
I had a situation, Carmel, when I had a friend for many, many years. And when I moved and she would come and visit and I had other friends, it was like, she was like, oh, no, she quit me. She was just like, we don't go together no more. We ain't friends no more. I don't like your new friends. So therefore we can't. And I was like, I was hurt. But I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the way I handled it was just to say, okay, people are here in your life for a season.
Yeah.
Sometimes they stay, sometimes they don't. And I'm telling you, even now, if I thought about it real hard, I could probably cry. But it is what it is. And I've tried to call and see how that person was doing and all this and that, but nope.
So interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting. Yeah. So yeah, you say that, people are in your life for a season, but it's hard to be rejected in that way, especially based on a choice that you made. And you pretty much walking around, that you have good judgment. My friends are cool. What's wrong with my friends? And now all of a sudden you're disowning me. I remember the first white guy that I dated, my friends disowned me. They were just like, she's dating somebody white. And they wouldn't talk to me. They were so mean to me. And it wasn't a jealousy thing, but that hurt. Like that was and it was like the guy friends on the block, right? And that hurt. But at the same time, I was just like, I haven't changed. I'm the same person.
Yeah. The only thing is sometimes certain people bring out a certain aspect in you. So when you're with certain people, you're kind of different.
Right.
Not that you're different. You're just, your freedoms are different. You're just something else being brought out of you. When you're around another group of friends, you're different. And that's why it's very important to me to have groups of friends that I do certain things with. I'm very multifaceted. I need different people in my life. I learn from different types and kinds of people. I'm a people person. So the way I taught my kids was, you need certain friends for certain things. Not all of your friends are going to fit in that same bucket. Some friends you want to always go to dinner with and have stimulating conversation with. Some friends you want to go to the lounge with or whatever, or some friends you want to go to karaoke with. Some friends you want to just go to a meeting with.
Some friends you just want to be active with and go for a run.
Yeah, whatever it is. Right. Whatever it is. Sometimes all friends don't, you know. But there are special ones that you can do everything with. You know, you can do all types and kinds of things with. But that hurt. So yeah.
Oh, okay, y'all. All right, I'm trying to keep my mind on things. One, Carmel. I remember I went out on a date with this white guy one time when I was like 20 or 21, and when I think I told y'all this, but when he was like, "Let me take you home," I was like, "Absolutely not," and that was why. Not one of them dudes on the block was going to see me walking up there with vanilla chip. Absolutely not. I was like, this is where we part ways. Thanks for the movie, and that was the end of that. Y'all have me thinking and reflecting. I mean, and in full transparency, I was not a good friend because I was the friend that would drop my friends for the guy. I was. If you've ever had that friend, I was that friend. So I didn't like, Carmel, how you were saying like your friends are here, and maybe the dudes were kind of like, I can't compete with your friends, Carmel, because your friends clearly are your life, and I'm just like a side addition to what's going on. Yeah. Me, it was the total opposite. Like, hey, friends. Oh, guy, bye, friends. And he became the entire center, like of my universe and my world. So I've since learned to balance that out so that is not the case. But the man was like, he became the sun that I just revolved around. So I was like, that's yeah. I know, Dr. Jamisa, you're not like that either. Like, you have your friends, but I wasn't that. Hey, over on Instagram, Perfectly Perfect is over there. Lakeisha, how you doing? But yeah, I was that friend. So as I'm listening to y'all, I'm like, damn, that sucks.
So I dated this guy in my early 20s, and that's what he expected to be in my life, like the center of my universe. And you guys, I come with my sister and I come with cousins, right? And we were always together. So every time he'd be like, well, what are you doing? I'm doing XYZ with my cousins. I'm doing this. And one day he was just like, he would just keep asking me, and he would be like, nobody likes their family that much. And he never trusted me. And I laughed at it at the time. And I was just like, well, if he's convinced of that, this can't go anywhere because my cousins and my family was my world. And anybody else was just lucky to be a part of it, to be quite honest with you. Even in my early 20s. And he was not having it. Oh, he was a terrible boyfriend anyway. He was very abusive. So I got out of there very quickly. And I'm so glad that I saw through all of that very quickly. But he was like, nobody likes their family that much. I was like, well, welcome to my world.
So Carmel, how do you handle it when I mean, obviously you're probably just like deuces, but how do you handle it when it's someone that you like, but they feel jealous about the relationship that you have with your sister or your cousins? Good guy, but he's just like,
where am I going to fit in?
Right. Yeah. There's space for me in this world. And they're feeling like, they're feeling that jealousy. Oh, no, she didn't freeze when I asked her that question.
Oh, she is frozen. Oh, man. I was like, oh, she's just like, looking like, and next question.
Like, I kick him to the curb. I had no space in there. All right, Carmel will be back. I'm just gonna. There she is. All right, she's coming back.
So sorry.
No, did you hear the question?
How do I handle it when
like, it's a good guy, nothing wrong with him or anything, but he's just like, he's feeling some jealousy. Your sister, your cousins, your family, and it's like, is there a chair for me? Is there space for me? How do you handle that?
Yes. Well, where does he fit in?
Well, where does he fit in? I feel like I've really gotten very, very good at showing a man, my guy, how I feel about him. And my family is so embracing to anybody that enters our circle that people really don't feel like they're being shunned. People always feel like part of the family when they're around my family. So I think the combination of the two really works. So I pay attention to my guys, and my family, because I love him, they love him. It's kind of like it's just unconditional. If she loves you, there's a reason why. So we love you too. Of course, you know, they ask questions and they make sure and they kind of vet them. But that's number one. Number two, I feel like because of that, I've been really blessed and fortunate to meet people who were a little bit more on the social side since that first guy. That first guy was early 20s, so he's very early in my romantic, like, you know, endeavors or whatever you want to call it. But everybody after that pretty much came knowing that, number one, I'm a twin. So I'm already, you know, I'm already attached at the hip with someone. And number two, my family is near and dear. And they got introduced very, very quickly. And because we're all kind of like the same age, same generation, everybody just treated everybody with love. So I feel like I've been really lucky meeting people who just kind of said, okay, I'm part of the family. So
Well, I've loved this conversation. But is it, do we have any tips for people, for instance, who deal with jealous lovers and friends? Is there any advice that you would give them based on your experiences and your knowledge?
Understand that jealousy, I feel like, just like with everything, it's because of something that they've been through, something that they've experienced. It's definitely their insecurities that's really just kind of like blatantly showing itself. And it's not about you, it's not about your relationship. Now, if you're purposely doing that, or if you get off on that shit, excuse my language, and you're trying to make, just like Maisha was saying when we were younger, it was kind of cute. Oh, if he's jealous, that means he must really like me. As we get older, that's all BS. No, that's not what's happening. And just like Dr. Demesia was saying, she's like, that scares me. I don't know what a jealous person is capable of. That's because we watch so many damn movies, right? We see where jealousy can like murder and just like all like ridiculousness. So my advice is to step away, walk away, as early as you can, because that jealousy has nothing to do with you. You can't fix it. You can't fix it. I mean, if he ends up or she ends up working on herself and realizes that there's nothing to be jealous of. And another thing is to show love. I'm not a jealous person. And because the people that I'm with, if I feel the energy, the vibe, and if I'm secure in what we share, no matter who walks by, I can be jealous of the way she looks, but I'll never be jealous that he's looking at her.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Okay, for me, I feel like number one, if you find yourself in those situations, whether it's a guy or a friend or whatever, just pay attention to it. Definitely pay attention to it. Also pay attention to you. You know, for me, in my situation that I said about my ex and his family and all that, I was already hyped up. I was already like on defense, like, I'm gonna have to, it's gonna be on and popping. I'm gonna have to stand my ground, whatever, So sometimes it's you. It's something going on with you too. So you have to kind of check that and understand. The other thing that I want to say is to communicate what you feel and think is going on and what you need from that person. Because sometimes we're very quick to throw people away when it's just a communication thing, or it's a something going on thing that you haven't quite unraveled or unfolded. So I think you just have to check in with yourself, check in with your partner, communicate, and then decide, if, okay, they really don't have good emotional regulation, emotional IQ, whatever, I'm just going to exit left. So those are my little tips.
Lakeisha said over on Instagram, she said, run if they are jealous. Usually that's followed by ostracizing you from those you love or those who love you. That was my ex-husband. And she said that could be life-threatening. There's a way to love your people and still be inclusive, but who you're including has to make space for that. This conversation has been great because it shows me that I was definitely the toxic one for sure, and so much of my younger years, because I not only was I a person who was jealous, not to the extent, like I said, that Lakeisha said, but I was definitely a lot. I lied a couple of times to keep my boyfriend with me. Yeah, I did. And I wanted a man to be jealous. I thought that meant he cared. Now, so I would sometimes do things that would kind of like, get him going just a little bit. Lord, I'll tell you another time. Maybe I'll tell y'all some of my stories. Oh my God, I was so incredibly toxic. But anyway, this has been great. My suggestions, definitely everything else that Carmela and Dr. Jamesia have said. There's levels to the jealousy, right? Some of it is just some insecurity, and you can have conversations with that person. We all come with insecurities. Jealousy is a normal human emotion. It happens. It happens in polyamory. People think people in polyamory aren't jealous. No, of course we're still jealous anyway. But it's really about having a conversation about what the insecurity is, and the person who's feeling jealous to find ways to fulfill that, because jealousy is kind of like, I want you to be this person who does this for me. And maybe they can't. And maybe you need to find a way to do it for yourself, or as Dr. Jamesia said, find some other friends who can do those things with you. Then, of course, if the jealousy is at a different kind of level, where there are other activities in conjunction with the jealousy, and it's clear that the insecurities are leading down a path that's not healthy in any way, shape, form, or fashion, then yes, to Carmel's point, it is time to run the other way completely and leave that person in the dust. So jealousy is normal. There are levels. Keep people around you who can see things you can't see. Because sometimes, we get stigmatized, or he smells so good. Sometimes dudes get a little bit caught up in the booty. Keep people around you who can, this is real talk, but keep people around you who can see what's going on and can maybe point some things out to you. Folks you trust. And so you can discern it better. All right, y'all, this has been wonderful. I don't know if the folks next door to my room are having a good time, or if someone's knocking on my door. I'm about to find out. But thank you for joining us for this episode of Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits. We will be back on Friday. No, y'all be here on Friday. Y'all be here on Friday?
No. I'm not around. I'm traveling Friday.
All right, we will not be here on Friday, so we will catch y'all Monday at 6:30. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend, and we will see you on Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everyone.
Birthday!
Happy birthday!